What's up, YouTube? Zychek here. We are doing our, fifth? Yeah, fifth session of Dream Daddy. We're going to try to finish up. Oh, fuck, I forgot one of their names. The vampire guy. We're going to try to finish him up, and we'll go from there.
Welcome.
You got dads. Damien, that was his name. Only have two. Did one of these saves not go through properly? Oh no, that was... Huh. Yeah, no, this is the right save. Weird. Alright, well, Damien we go. Really stepped up the production value in episode 5. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. Open up Dad book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. A letter. Thanks, helicopter. Is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment. It's folded into an envelope and sealed with the purple wax. Damn, this dude goes all out. Pry off the seal and unfold the letter. It's the most beautiful calligraphy. The letter reads. Oh, fuck me. Okay, it's not actual cursive. Dearest Giblix, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing. Rather than trying, one can only hope that to use the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I might misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the moral of my spirit. And for that, I thank you. That said, Giblix, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me. I would enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema followed by a moonlit stroll would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, D. Bloodmarch. Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow. He's good. So you gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on Dadbook and let him know. Amanda slaps my laptop shut. You have to write him back. A real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. Fucking same.
Yeah.
Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Why do I feel like my towers are lower? I don't know. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two like. What you two will like. Then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and pursue showtimes. He doesn't seem to like romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2.
Yeah.
Evil never dies. I cared and bought a new razor and have a clean shave. Good. I would hope you use a fucking new razor. That sounds unpleasant. Hold on. I don't know, it sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the anew of existence. It really turns into the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, there's just a lot of blood and vampire titties. Oh, let's roll the dice. Caved? Oh. I mean, still, you should have a fucking new razor. Purchase the tickets and print them out, and then sit down on the table with a man and try drafting a nice letter. I start writing, Damien. Good morrow to you on this fine eve. Okay, we're trucking along. Let's find out how you're feeling. Not bad, good attention-y sentence. Ask him to hang out already. Sure, it takes time. Like Brugg Hill's landscape with the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. I saw it on DFT. I'm not an actually intelligent person. Same. Bring it home, pups. I would very much enjoy your company. We bring great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Close to find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you'll find both titillating and enjoyable. Not well, carry on. Then I sign my name, my full name, fancier that way. Giblix is side chick. Is this okay? Man reads out my sloppy handwriting. Oh. That's actually neater than my actual handwriting, so fucking rip. He spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, just trying to keep you on your toes. All I have to do is seal it, put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Comes back with like a candle and a fucking candle lighter and a small piece of wood. That works. From a pool of melted wax. Mina pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses a small piece of wood into it, so lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing, here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Fuck yeah. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. Well, guess that there's tues delivered to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were gonna getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. My gay. I have a pigeon guy, Marcus. Has that good pigeon. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony, they're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. Head outside and walk over to Damien's house, slip the letter into the slot in his door, and go back home. Mission accomplished. Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day, he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night, and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? Jesus. I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around and see Damien right behind me. He almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there? That was loud. I don't know. I walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon? I didn't hear anything. What? What? Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please, allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids, or perhaps Milk Duds. Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. Ugh, my dad's here. I turn around and find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Lucian, nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad you see you spending quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it. I didn't do his voice well. I hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. You? What? You watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Ha, good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his friends and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. Does he not like vampires? Is he scared of vampires? We wait in line a little longer and Damien buys us snacks. Hold on. There we go. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Yeah, he doesn't like vampire movies, does he? Damon and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see he's sweating profusely and gripping his arm. Alright, and now we save. Yes, the winged creatures in the mist. I fear them for not knowing night as well as I'm so excited for this film. Okay, no reaction from that. Is everything okay? Okay, hearts. But what about the other? Ooh, didn't like that one. Yeah. So, is everything okay? Everything's perfectly fine. I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Of course, I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. Oh, interesting. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I've never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies? You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. This fucking nerd. When the film... We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice, and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands were shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2. Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Romulus Badblood. Awaken my coven. Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Demetrius Morvant. Brother, is it time? Carmela von Ruden. Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time. Husband and mortal enemy, damn. The three look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade. This rules. The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounds, it's actually a pretty fun flick. We get to a moment in the movie where Romulus... Hold on. Oh, of course. How loud is King of the Hill right now? I'm watching my microphone levels. Hold on. Can you turn down the TV a little bit? You can still hear it, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Thank you.
You know me, like, I have such bad, like, ADD that the TV is more like background noise while I dissociate into, like, 6 different screens.
Yeah, it happens. We get to a tense moment in the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with a general of the human army whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it's good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It's good to finally blood you. Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it. I mean, I'm not, like... Suspense horror really gets me, but it makes me more paranoid. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Tell a dad joke. Where does a dog go when he loses its tail? Where? to the retail store. I yelled the last bit a little too loud for a crowded movie theater, but I can see a smile on Damien's face. Good one, Giblix. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would like the romantic comedy better. We get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus Bad Blood and the General's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true vampire crusade was the vampire crusade in our hearts, our cold, unbeating hearts. Romulus and the General's wife begin making out hard. The film fades to black, and the end appears on screen, but then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover, Carmela, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Our bloodline has been pure for 8,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3 evil must die again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out, and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Where's the fucking minigame? Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. Even seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Damien's making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I enjoy the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company. Yes. Aw, how sweet. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn. Okay, here comes a smooth response. Okay. Alright. Crushed it. Okay. So now I've got to double check. Is vampire titties? Okay, thanks and cool. Crush it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am a smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery. What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, Giblix. Trust me. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us, and we follow a path through a faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. It's not that I don't like vampire titties. It's just a trope. It's played out all too much. Like, oh, they're vampires. They're sluts. They gotta show titties. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition, an appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire novel, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and a picnic basket. Wait, where are you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheese. This motherfucker. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. Fuck, now I want to play Graveyard Keeper. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. It's more a horror trope because we can't have women not be naked. I mean, yeah, but even then, like, I wouldn't say that, fucking, what was it, what is it, Tales from a Vampire? Tales from the Crypt? I don't know. One of the, like, a lot of vampire movies that aren't necessarily, like, horror themed. But I mean, if you have vampire, it's generally they're considered horror, but some of them aren't. Let's be real. Most of the time, vampires are just sluts. I have a question though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie? I wasn't. Decisively. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I've never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I have known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that? I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Woof! Oh, it's a dog. It's a cute dog. As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs his hand. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog. Hey. We both look up, not expecting to see Robert. Fucking Robert. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids? What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found him wandering in the street. I put a leash on her. Oh, sorry. I found her wandering in the street and I put a leash on her. And now we're walking around this graveyard together. No, fucking that dog is not cute. At all. Not even fugly cute.
Oh.
Hold on. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. I wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. You good? Is he good?
I don't know. I'm covered in cats. Then you gotta move. She's being stubborn.
Yeah, apparently he has a lot of just shit on him as he sat in the... 1 second.
I don't have that. She doesn't want to move. Oh yeah, I can do that. What did I do? How many times have I done this? I hate how it's always when I start moving my body's like, hey, did you realize you have to do all these things with it? I feel like a really shitty Tamagotchi.
Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians love dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or a Maltese. Gross. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet, extends a hand to help me up. Shh. I gladly take it, as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin the walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It's really beautiful.
I'm freezing.
Okay. 1 second. He's a baby.
Are you?
I'm wearing hoodies and a pants. So I don't feel cold.
I'm wearing pants and like 2 layers of shirt and a giant thick blanket. I'm so cold.
65 degrees in here. We have the cool air on, so I just turned the heat on. I don't know if you want to breastfeed him, but I made him a bottle of formula. I don't know. Let's take upstairs.
I haven't had time to fucking do anything today. I've been running like a mad woman. Like 0 time to do anything. Like you have to remember I also didn't even have time to eat today. That's why when I came home I just like grabbed the leftovers out and didn't even warm it up because I was just so hungry I couldn't even think straight.
It's okay to just let the kids down. And just
My mental health will absolutely go to shit if they start crying now.
I mean, we were both out doing stuff together all day, so
I wish I was smart enough to remember to like bring the pumps with me because there are so many times when I'm just sitting in the car and waiting for a little bit that. And all the people at that dentist office seem really nice, so I'm sure
They
even
would.
if it was just me chilling talking to basically all ladies and that one nice dude, they would. I could just been like, can I whip my titties out real quick to put my pumps in? They probably would have just been like, alright.
yeah. Okay. Ugh. Damien hops to his feet, extends a hand to me. Oh yeah, helps me up. It's really beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, he walks me home. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien. I didn't grab any. Hey YouTube, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to push the fucking pause button. Don't worry, one day I'll One day I'll remember. It was my pleasure. Giblix, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. Monogamied. Presses into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. Save. I'll use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. Bam. Noble purpose, first time. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you, someone who's open to my eccentricities. Sense to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes hastily and retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey, Dad. What's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yeah. That was a movie. Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But as it turns out, Damien is Wait. Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool it's scary. Nice save, Giblix. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? Think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How can you be sure that it wasn't a werewolf? Good choice. How can you be sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a moment. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? Not trying to help the moon past midnight. It's okay. It's okay if you don't come in first. Just make health insurance. There was no fucking minigame.
My dear friend, you've simply taken the egg on this one. Taken the egg is it's a Victorian phrase. It technically means winning, so ultimately you've won.
Let's egg someone on. Just lay an egg. Egg idioms in the free dictionary. Take eggs from money. Or take away the egg. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. They're onto something here. Interview with a vampire. That was that,
You've got dads.
That was that fucking thing I was talking about. Oh, God. Hey, are you up to anything tonight? Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown, and you were wondering if you would care to accompany us. I normally would write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper. Whoa, why can I see Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? But I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are going to bust down my door any minute now. I got to destroy this computer. Looks, it's a group chat. Oh, thank God. Do you guys know how to destroy a computer? You can run Derek's boot and nuke from startup flash drive, but once you've done that, it's best to physically destroy the platters altogether. The Victorians were well versed in information security. Giblix, do you want to go see some art or not? Art is good. Let's go see art. See that art. Damien and Hugo invite me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay, but I've never been one for these before, so I'm not quite sure what to think. I'm a bit early. I'm not gonna lie, like, seeing art with the right person makes a difference, but seeing it by yourself is weird. Giblix, oh, it's fucking Joseph. Joseph scoffs at me. What am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art appreciatist. Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too? Yep. Admittedly, a little out of my depth here. I just don't find looking at art by myself, like going to art museums or like art galleries, like fun. Really, I took a little out of my depth here. Thank God. I thought I was going to be the odd one out. Are you allowed to say that? Say what? You know, thank God.
Oh.
Yep. I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister. The points get you into heaven. That's how it works. Anyway, where are the guys? Looking to spot Hugo and Damien. We seem to have just arrived at the gallery. Good eve, good eve, good eve. Evening, friends.
Oh.
Who's ready for some art?
Hey?
I have no idea what I'm in for. All you have to know is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. I like art now. I've got the table in my sights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go help myself to some tiny wines. What is this in the first place? This particular artist specializes in landscape paintings of various locales within the American Northeast. I look at the art. It's right art. At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all the landscapes look like butts to you guys? Damien and Hugo lean in, examining the paintings in earnest. It would appear as if you are correct. Valid assessment, Giblix. Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy. Oh, it gets more complicated. Sometimes the butts are more symbolic. Sometimes the butts are metaphors. Sometimes art is about the butts they don't draw. Interesting. The art less drawn. Less taken? Yeah, less drawn. I think that's right. Interesting. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. What'd I miss?
Oh.
Butts. Shame. The cheese is nice, though. Shall we visit the next place? Leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery is a bit more crowded, with huge paintings of... I'm not even sure. Oh. Oh, jeez. What am I looking at here? This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does the art mean to you? Stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. It's a butt. Nope, that wasn't the right answer. Or was it? Represents strife.
Oh.
Just kidding, it's a butt. Yep, that's definitely a butt.
Oh.
Well, valid assessment. I feel like the artist was trying to make a different statement. Probably how much you like butts. You are a servant of the Lord. We're all God's creatures, even butts. Good answer. Painting the pieces of the artist's body of work, I'm pretty sure this represents a sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract artwork in the field that rapidly moving towards digitalization. How'd you figure that? That's what it says on the placard. Oh. Let's look at a few more of these. Walk around the gallery, sampling some more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's interesting what kind of artists choose not to let their work be defined by. What's the word? Realism? Realism. As we're looking at the paintings, a patron scoffs loudly. Push. I could do that. Excuse me?
my.
Hugo, not here.
Oh.
No, come back here. Patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him. You say you could do that, but you didn't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth or the artistic skill to execute a piece even a fraction as impressive as this
not
one.
angry.
Art.
I'm just disappointed.
I'm sorry, Ray. Ray, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I had to make a marker to make sure to know to come back here. I had to make a marker to make sure to know to come back here and create a clip and tweet that out and tag him. Art is the truest expression of the self, and it seemed like your self is bad, so your art would be bad. No, it's not rude of Hugo, because I get it. Like, I look at abstract art and I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but I don't. Why? Because I don't have the conviction to create the art and or the ideas to do what abstract artists do. Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point. Friend. He's not worth it. Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, I just love art very much. I don't know. I don't know enough about like art terms to define your art. We know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. You know what would ease the mood? Is it cheese? No.
Oh.
It's wine and a cheese.
Ah.
Co-signed. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and actual wine and cheese.
Oh.
We got one last stop on the tour if you're feeling up for it. Is it going to be weirder than this art? It is absolutely weirder than this art. Let's do it. Damien, Hugo, and Joseph and I walk over to a performance in the street. Several masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at each other and us. So, quick question. Shoot. What is happening? I second this question. Performance art. What does it mean? Again, I pose the very same question to you, Mr. Zychek. The fear humanity of being human. I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about what they're saying. I think there's something special about performance art. With almost every other form of art, music, painting, photography, the artists use their medium as a conduit for their emotions. With performance art, the medium is the artist. It is the purest expression of raw human emotion. It's art as catharsis.
I don't know.
That's beautiful, Damien. So what you're saying is, if I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art as long as I, like, really mean it. Damien fixes him with a hard stare. I was going to start making fart noises, but based on the look of your face, that joke isn't going to play well with this crowd. Wise. We watch the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely after the dancers scream their way off stage. I think I'm all arted out. Agreed. We all decide to walk home together.
Oh.
We make our way back to the cul-de-sac, tiny wine and tiny cheese sloshing around in my stomach. I think what I've learned tonight, and not just what I've learned about art, which was nice and extremely informative, but from what I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny wine and tiny cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese. That's a lie. The tiny cheese lulled me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese. Wax wings too close to the sun. Cheese wings. Those would melt in the sun too. I feel like it's more appropriate imagery. Plus it'd be delicious. A nice Emmentaler, possibly. What the fuck is that? Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint? I actually dabbled in oils. I mostly paint landscapes. I'm not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time. I think I would focus on personal portraits of people in unique professions, like, for example, luchadors. I think I'd paint boats, seascapes, maybe some lighthouses. Mostly boats. Really?
Hey.
Yeah. I'm surprised you're choosing boats in favor of long history of religious imagery and artwork. What? Boats are cool. What about you, Giblix? This doesn't have, like, stuff that I have painted or would paint. That's a lie. I've actually done a couple of landscapes. I think I would examine a lot more beautiful imagery and then recapture it on canvas, but I'm just kidding. It's going to be butts. Jesse gives me a high five. We finally get to the cul-de-sac. All right, boys. Good art. Good art. Agreed. See you guys around? Whether you want to or not, we're all neighbors after all. I head inside to deal with my inevitable cheese over.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay. It put him ahead of these Hugo and Damien, so I didn't want to ruin it. All right. We are going to do the last date for Damien. Message. Oh yeah, save and continue. I should have made a save before that, shouldn't I have? Load. so Art Walk. I have to remember Art Walk. Ever since we had that picnic in the graveyard, Damien and I have been spending a lot of time together. We go on nighttime strolls pretty regularly. He was so impressed with the first letter I wrote him that he insisted we only communicate by post instead of through Dad Book. I initially protested, but he gave me one of his old signet rings to use as a seal for my letters, and I just couldn't say no. Hanging out with the goth dad again? Please, Amanda. You know his name. And yes, be honest with me here, Pops. Is he actually a vampire? I remember you inviting him into our household that one time, and I've seen The Lost Boys, and I honestly would be preferred trying to see if he could have walked through the threshold of our home under his own power. Yes, Amanda, I've become Damien's familiar. I'm compelled under his curse. I'm sorry, sweetie. Turn into a bat? I don't think. What's the point of being a vampire if you can't turn into a bat? Well, okay, I'm off. Are you taking the car, or are you flying off into the night on the leathery wings of a bat? One of those, while I'm out, you can throw away the garlic bread that's in the freezer so I don't die. That'd be great. Keeping it as insurance. You understand, right? That's my girl. Oh man, being up for a long time sucks. Damien and I walk along the water's edge, chatting. Damien's cloak. He hates it when people call it a cape. Damien's cloak flutters behind him in the breeze. This is gonna seem like a silly question, but why do goths wear black? Gothic subculture has always been associated with death, so it would make sense that the style surrounding it would be greatly influenced by mourning. Interestingly enough, though, that was in the Victorian era. Queen Victoria herself mourned the death of her late husband for 10 whole years, wearing black for the rest of her life. If that's not goth, I don't know what is. Checks out. I have another question. Go ahead. How are you so comfortable with death? You mentioned in the graveyard that it helps you appreciate your life or something. I've experienced several losses over the course of my life, and I truly believe that the only manageable way to cope with it is to accept that death is simply a part of living. It's the single universal truth for every human who has ever lived. I'm going to die, you are going to die, and life carries on without us. Doesn't that make you feel scared? Not at all. Without the advances of modern science, death was everywhere in the Victorian era, and yet funerals were major social functions. Victorians were obsessed with mementos of their loved ones, even going so far as to take elaborate stage photographs of their dead relatives. The munate of mourning was so complex that there were set periods of grieving that were deemed acceptable based on who in your life had passed. Now, we don't have any of that. If you lose someone, you end up feeling lost yourself because you have no modern equivalent of those formalities. We need to be allowed ourselves time to grieve, to feel that loss fully, but not to allow it to consume us. So no, I'm not afraid of death. I believe it's a waste to spend your life dreading the end. He gets it. The time we have here is brief and fleeting, and occasionally cruel. Oh, hold on. Ow. Oh, I've been fucking brewing that one all day. Ow, that one hurt. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I just cracked my backhand sternum. To stare death in the face and live despite that, I think it's an old existence. Let's save the mourning for the dead. Wow, that's beautiful. I can see the moonlight in the bay glint off of Damien's eyes. He smiles and turns to the harbor and watch ships pass, breathing in the salty sea air. I look to Damien again and can't help. Sitting up? No. I find everything about him so fascinating.
Not even sick at all. You just got. Just sit up.
I lean in close to Damien, closing my eyes as I do so. I'm so sorry I have to take this.
That was him. Paper, my guy.
You're doing great, Dad!
When do you leave for the start of your
In like 2 weeks, I think. Wow, what's up? I've got the paper in the car.
No, you don't.
No, did I bring it inside?
I brought it. I had to remember I put it.
Oh, okay. Damien steps away for me to answer his phone. Oh no, I hope it isn't Lucian again. After speaking in hushed tones for a few moments, Damien returns to me. Everything okay?
What?
There's an emergency. Lucian?
Huh.
No, thankfully, but I must take my leave. Oh, okay. Is there anything I can do to help?
20th.
The 20th? Yeah, so literally under 2 weeks. Oh,
What?
god damn it.
Huh?
I don't want it to be that soon. Dads do have to stick together, right? You know it. Then come, there isn't time to waste. After a short drive in silence, we arrive in a rundown building on the outskirts of town. Where are we? It's better if I just show you.
Me and the boys at 2 a.m. looking for beans.
I push surprising heavy doors open and find myself in a dimly lit waiting room. A few rickety chairs line the walls, and there doesn't seem to be anyone beyond the front desk. There are a few paintings and pictures on the wall, but they're so nondescript, I'm still unsure of what kind of place this even is. Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back. A vet? Damien walks off down a corridor, his boot heels echoing through the halls of this seemingly empty building. Distant howls echo from some place I can't see, and there's a faint scratching sound like claws on tile. I have a training event that I have to go to. Yeah, I'm gonna be gone for about a month-ish.
One word for you.
Thanks. How you doing, Katya? It's been a bit. Cautiously peek down the hall and find myself stall to stalls after scared-looking dogs. A few of them notice me and skitter up to the chain-link fence, sticking their nose through the sniff in the air. What have I got myself into? Suddenly, the light shut off. I panic, unsure of where I am or how I can get out. I stumble through the darkness, my breathing getting heavier and heavier. Damien? The lights finally turn back on. Why is this fucking hoe bag everywhere? Hey, sailor. Mary, what are you doing here? You aren't here for the fight club? I don't want to get punched in the face. Great, because this is an animal shelter. Okay, I thought it was a vet. Same thing. We take care of stray animals and then people adopt the stray animals. Didn't you see the pets when you walked in? Oh, sorry, I didn't really expect to see you volunteering at an animal shelter.
Give it a
I call her
rest,
a bit mean for calling her a hoe bag. Wow. Okay, kid. Way to put me in the box. Look, I will fuck your husband. Dames, you hear this baloney? Just one moment. Thunder cracks and a door bursts open, appearing from the shadows I see. Damien. What the fuck is he wearing? You mean to tell me my vampire husbando turned into a fucking Chad? Hey. It's Damien. He looks completely different. No cloak, no Victorian era clothing, no makeup. I wasn't planning to share this side of me until much later, but I'm not as goth as you think. I'm a systems administrator for the IT department of a realty company. I wear tennis shoes to work and I listen to Bruce Springsteen. I enjoy going to the hardware store and looking at storage solutions, and I volunteer at the animal shelter in my spare time. I'm boring. I'm fascinated with Victorian history and the goth lifestyle. That much is true. It's just not all that I am. I need you to know that. That's actually good for him. Good for him for not getting obsessed. Hate to kill the moment here, but there's some pressing business that needs attended to. Oh, right. It's Duchess Cornelia. Again? Who's Sorry, Cordelia.
Oh.
She's one of the pups. Gets out all the time. She somehow learned how to open doors, and now she's unstoppable. Fucking Ripley. When did she get out? This morning. I went to go sing sea shanties to the cats. When I came back, she had already bolted. I have to stay here with the pets, so I need you two to go find her. Of course. Where could she be?
Come on.
She always ends up running off to the same place. Here, let me draw you a map. Mary starts scribbling on the back of a pet adoption form. She's very smart, ruthless, even. You need to stay on your toes. Okay, back by sundown. Or else she turns into a werewolf and starts eating people. What? You're a perfect little peach, Giblix. We just don't want her to be stuck outside. And John, you're not far more boring. You don't like talking about yourself, but then when you talk about yourself, you get too into it. And you don't have like conversations. You just talk about yourself. And you don't talk about cool things, you just talk about everything. Oh, I'll grab some treats when we hit the road. Damien and I look at the map Mary created for us. The ocean or whatever. Northwest, southeast. Shit. Northeast, southwest. Smalls, Dames, other nerd's house. Mario, Batali, Kale, it's Coffee Dad, Nerd's house, Mary's sick pad.
Oh my goodness.
Which house is mine? Am I other nerd? Oh man, I'm Nerd's house. At least you're not other Nerd's house. Okay. So yeah, I'm Nerd's house. I didn't know I lived next to Coffee Dad and fucking Joseph. Mary's map. Softball field, coffee spoon, shelter, aquarium. So, conversations are hard sometimes, John. Congrats, kiddo. Where should we head first? We should head to the softball field. Damien and I exit the parking lot and start driving towards town. I look over and see him concerned. Shouldn't be too hard to find the Duchess, right? She's a pretty big pup. Mary wasn't kidding when she said that dog was smart. One time she correctly guessed the winner of the Kentucky Derby. It was a really great year for Bark Bark Bark. I don't know. What do you think our odds are, Giblix? Gotta stay positive. My dad once told me, Giblix, you can't shove raisins up your nose. And that hurt my feelings. I felt discouraged, but I kept the positive attitude, and you know what? I made it happen. Ew. I might have landed me in the ER and forced me to have 10 golden raisins removed from my nasal cavity, but on that day, I learned that anything's possible if you have a good attitude and abnormally large nostrils. Young children are resilient, I suppose. Haha, yes, young children. I was 16. Hey, it'd be like that. So let's just hope for the best. We got this. We drive to the softball field. Looks like Craig's team's practicing. I wonder if any of the kids saw something. Craig spots us and jogs over. Softball bat slung over his shoulders. Does he have the fucking baby still? Hey bros, what's up? Craig, you wouldn't have happened to see a dog around here, have you? One escaped from the animal shelter and we're trying to locate her. I don't think so. Maybe one of the girls saw something. Girls. Oh, okay. Their team. Hi, Amanda's dad. Hi, Lucian's dad. We have names. Girls, have you seen any dogs around? Yeah, a huge dog ran through here a second ago. You just missed it. We tried to play fetch with her, but she just took the softball and ran. I think she ate it, actually. Oh, fuck. She was a lot of dog. Here, take another softball. Might come in handy later. Many thanks, Craig. Alright, so she was just at the softball field, and maybe she went to the coffee spoon. We park in front of Matt's coffee shop and walk inside. It seems like a slow day. Matt sits behind the counter reading a book. Hey, Matt.
Hey.
Didn't expect to see you two today. What's up? Have you seen any stray dogs around? Can't say I have. You looking for one? Can you describe them to me? Enormous. That pretty much covers it.
Hey.
Cool. I find stray dogs digging in food scraps in the alleys out back sometimes. I'll be sure to keep an eye out. Head back to the car. In that case, the aquarium. Damon and I stop by the aquarium. Everything looks in order here, but it might help to get out of the car and take a look. You see anything?
Oh, no.
No dog here, not even a sign of her. Do you know what? Penguins are considered the goths of the sea. Damien, I want to believe you so badly. Wow. The cul-de-sac. Drive through the cul-de-sac and everything seems to be pretty normal. It looks like Brian is doing some yard work. Pull into Brian's driveway and hop out. Hey, don't step on the grass. I just mowed. What? Have Have you seen any unusual activity in the area today? Aside from your underwatered lawn? Ooh, how dare you. I take my lawn care very seriously. Giblix, please. You haven't seen a dog run through here, have you? Well, a few hours ago I heard Maxwell barking at something. When I came outside, my garden had been torn to shreds. It's going to take forever to retill the soil. That could be a dog, or rather a feisty raccoon. Whatever it was, it must have been hungry. Ate all my tomatoes. Very sorry to hear about your garden. If you need assistance restoring it, to its former glory, please don't hesitate to contact me. Will do, buddy. Good luck finding that dog. Probably still hungry. I wonder if she's looking for more food elsewhere. Must make haste to find the Duchess by sundown. Let's see. How many goths did it take to screw in a light bulb? I don't know how many. 1. Goths are very capable, especially when looking for a dog. Well done. Damien smiles to himself. I keep reading Damien's directions on the map when we drive around town. We're going to go to the coffee spoon. Think you may have seen the dog you were looking for. You did? A brown mastiff, size of a house? Yeah, I saw it digging through the trash in the back. It ran away when I tried to get close enough. What direction did it run in? Matt thinks for a second. Might have been running east. That pup tore through 3 pans of old banana bread, Kennedy's. Want to take some of the road just in case? Sure thing. Let's package with slice. Thanks for the slice. The road slice. The banana bread Kennedy's are going to be so good. I think he meant to give it to you for the dog. Right, I meant it's going to be so good for the dog to eat. We're on the right track, you think? Keep this up, we'll find Duchess in no time. Why don't you have any? Lucian's severely allergic. It wouldn't put him through that. Aw, good for him. But there are still dogs in my life, so that I'm grateful. There's about to be one more dog in your life, buddy. Splendid attitude. Let's not waste any more time. Headed east, meaning he's back in the cul-de-sac. We are at the cul-de-sac to find everything looks normal, except, Hugo's front door is wide open. She can open doors. This is classic Duchess Cordella. A telltale sign we should probably approach with caution. Whatever goes down there, I've got your back. We creep up onto the porch and step aside. Oh my god, hello. There, sitting in the center of Hugo's living room, like she owns the damn place, is one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen. Woof. Well, she hasn't broken anything here yet. Wonderful. Now all we have to do is get this leash on her before she tries to escape again. We'll be out of here before Hugo comes home. Easy peasy. Oh, Hugo. I was thinking fucking, Robert. Duchess, come here. The Duchess eyes Damien warily. As he approaches, she begins to growl. She's on her guard. We'll need another plan. Give her the banana bread Kennedys. I reach into my pocket and pull out the slice of banana bread Kennedys Matt gave me. Duchess sniffs the air around the hones of the bread. Come here, girl. Nice and easy. I've got some yummy homemade vegan and possibly gluten-free banana bread. Duchess cautiously approaches me and gives the bread a good sniff before gently taking it from my hand and dropping it on the ground. Like dogs always do for some reason. She curls up and starts munching on the Jesus Christ. English is my first language, by the way, but today I just can't speak. Success. Oopsies. Damien walks up behind the Duchess and attaches the leash to her collar. She immediately notices and starts whining. It's time to go home now, Duchess. Damien gives a tug on the leash. She won't move. Duchess, what happened to our rapport? You and I used to be bosom buddies. Bosom? Blossom? Bosom? She still doesn't move. She's huge, and there's no way we could even try to lift her. It's not my only language. I know a little bit of French. Well, this is a weird situation to be in. I think we're literally trespassing in our friend's house with this large dog. Oh god, my feet hurt. No, not my feet, my legs. Wee is just saying yes, yes. So, what are you nerds doing? Ernest stands in the door with a plate of pizza rolls. What flavor pizza rolls are those? Pepperoni Blast? Nice. Starts pulling against the leash. What is that dog doing in my house? It's so long. The Duchess suddenly breaks free from Damien's grip and hurtles towards Ernest. Ernest and the Duchess fall to the ground. Pizza rolls fly everywhere. This is bad. Ernest, are you okay? Ernest feeds the Duchess a pizza roll. Hey, she likes pizza rolls. Ernest sits up, but the dog keeps licking his face. Oh, hey. Hugo stands at the door, looking like he's at a loss for
Whoa.
words. Why are you guys, whose dog is this? It's a long story, but it involves a large dog who knows how to open doors. Boof. Hugo, may I present to you Duchess Cordelia.
I don't know.
How do you do? Borf. We're friends. The Duchess licks at Ernest's face. She's from the local animal shelter. She got out, and we've been chasing her all around town. Your house was her final stop. Dad, can we keep her? Ernest, I don't know if we are up set up to take care of a... Wait, did you just call me Dad? Aw, come on. Look how cute she is. The conjugation of the je m'appelle looked really weird, but yeah. Salut. Comment allez-vous? I had to think about that one. This isn't how it's spelt, but it's like fucking, I believe that's how it's spelled. Hugo sighs. We have been talking about adopting a dog for a while, but you have to promise me that you'll take care of her. Yeah, I'll give her all the pizza rolls her little heart desires. I don't think I can change the language right now. I did save, so I want to see if I can change languages. No, you cannot change your languages. Okay. That's what I figured, but pet every dog. Yeah, I'll give her all the pizza rolls her little heart desires. I suddenly remember what's on the back of this map and pull out a pen out of my pocket. Got the form ready for you, if you're interested. I'll even waive the adoption fees, since, you know, we technically broke into your household. We did not break into your household. The dogs broke into your household. Well, alright, it's a deal. Hugo steps out of the porch with us and signs the form while Ernest plays with Duchess inside. He sure seems to be happy with his new friend. I know, he called me Dad. Can you believe it? Damien places a hand on Hugo's shoulder. I certainly can. Sorry, I have something stuck in my teeth. Alright, it's out. I certainly can. I think it'll be really good for Ernest. It should teach him some responsibility. You should probably look into getting better locks on your doors, though. The Duchess is a wily one, but do right by her, and she'll love you two forever. Thank you. And long story short, the Duchess now lives in a happy home, and neither of us were charged for breaking and entering. So all in all, I think it was a fine day of work. Nice work, you two. Giblix, you could be a valuable asset to our team of volunteers, you know. If you ever feel like petting some puppies, hit me up. I more like petting. I more feel like petting cats. Damn. Mary, I always feel like petting puppies. Good to know. Well, I'll catch you fellas later. What is this on the table? Why is there tape on the desk? God damn it. It's there and now it's irritating. Mary starts to leave. One last thing. Damien's been telling me about you. Glad he finally brought you around. Oh, yeah. Damien's my special boy. I love him. We go all the way back, and I got a vested interest in his health, success, and well-being. If you ever hurt him, Mary. You can fill in the blanks. I gulp. Yes, ma'am. Mary leaves me alone with Damien. So, about the whole goth thing. I completely understand if you aren't interested in me anymore. What? Am I missing something here? I'm not a cool goth prince. I'm boring. I own 5 pairs of tennis shoes. I wear dumb glasses. Don't you care? Baby, it's okay if you're only a little goth. What matters is that you hold it up to yourself to be the best goth that you can be. Because I also own tennis shoes, but I also wear a military uniform. But I'm currently wearing all black and Vans and shit. You can't see it, but I'm wearing the Vans belt, so you know. Be the best goth you can be. Don't worry about being a goth for somebody else. He looks so nervous. Damien, do you really think I only like you because of all the goth stuff? That's all cool, but the best thing about you is how passionate you are about the things you love. History, art, Victorian fashion, dogs, storage solutions. Oh, hold on, the wrong tab open. There we go. It doesn't matter what it is. You care, and that's awesome. And also, the glasses are very cute. You don't think I'm... Pastel goth is a thing, so... You don't think I'm boring at all? If you're boring, then I don't know what that makes me. I spend too much time online shopping for flashlights. I read that as flashlights. I get excited to mow my lawn on Saturdays. I get cranky about commercials being too loud. I've even been thinking about making my own peanut butter. That sounds disgusting. Then maybe we could be boring together. It would never be boring if I was with you. Damien suddenly closes the gap between us and pulls me into a hug. He buries his face in my shoulder. His hair smells like lavender and rosemary. Oh, it's a wonderful smell. I was so scared you wouldn't like me. Quite the opposite. Damien pulls away for a second and looks me in the eyes. Without the colored contacts, his eyes look so dark and soulful. I just realized that his eyes aren't that dark color. May I kiss you? Does a bat have wings? No, not the right answer. Thou art welcome. Verily, you may take upon yourself the, you know what, just kiss me. He smiles slightly and leans in, giving me a gentle kiss. Damien pulls away and gives me an intense look. Do you want to help me take care of the puppies? What the? Oh. Damien. Yes. Oh, yeah, I guess he was wearing colored contacts. Holy fuck. Damien and I arrived back at the... I want piercings, but they would be... far too in the way. What piercings do you want? Damien and I arrived back at the cul-de-sac, and our fingers intertwined. Like a proper gentleman, he walks me to my doorstep. This was lovely. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for everything. I'm very happy I can be myself around you. I'm glad, but I have one request. What's that? Can we keep sending each other letters? But of course. Damien kisses me one last time before turning around and heading home. Amanda runs back to the couch from the window and tries to look as nonchalant as possible. Hello, father. I was sitting here on the couch this entire time. Hi, Amanda. So, are you guys, like, starting a vampire coven together? So the nose piercing wouldn't necessarily get in the way. Like, depends, are you doing the fucking, I don't know what they call it, bullhorn? Or, like, just a fucking regular piercing? Bullhorn could possibly get in the way, but, like, septum piercing, that's what it's called, septum. Septum wouldn't get in the way unless you grow out your fucking mustache like you had it. Whatever the fucking piercing, your nose runs so much, well then yeah, don't get a nose piercing. Or if you do get the one fucking on the outside. Gauges wouldn't get in the way. Like, literally, they wouldn't get in the way. It'd just be your ear. Snake bites. Yeah, I got nothing on those. I don't know shit about piercings. I don't have any. Oh, plot twist. Mothman. Damien's actually Mothman. I didn't see it coming either. Genius. Well, I found more fucking tape. John, why is there so much tape on your fucking desk? Well, whatever is happening, I'm really glad you two are happy. You deserve it, Dad. Aw, shucks. I'm gonna head to bed. Catch you in the morning. Sure thing. I make my way to my room and fall into my bed with my heart full, excited for the days to come. Is this going to be where... Yeah. It was there before you? God damn. Only 384 dad points. Oh my god.
Are you familiar with the works of Corey Feldman? He simply slayed in The Lost Boys.
I still got an S. What the fuck? Achievement unlocked. Interview with a vampire. Dad tip 77. Don't smoke. Wow, I think everything's finally set up. Managed to be here. Okay. You're asking too many questions.
Oh. Huh. Yes.
All right. Yep.
Huh.
We've all seen this. This will be the third time. Yeah, surprise! Hello, everybody. Aw, Damien's not even a vampire anymore. He's wearing his nice nerdy outfit. Look at him. So consider this your graduation party. Surprise, Dad, everyone's here. Well, yeah, everyone wanted to come and support you. Is that a mac and cheese bar? Yep, okay.
Yeah.
So proud, Amanda smiles and runs to her friends. I should make the rounds, make sure everyone's having a good time. But first, mac and cheese. Pablo, yep. We have a real fluffy Samoyed right now. Her name is Harold, loves belly rubs. Alright, so a little bit of character development out of Mary. Good for her. He always tries to lick your face if you get too close. Miss Christensen, thank you so much for telling me in great detail about every single dog currently in the animal shelter. Please tell me about the Afghan with 3 legs again. Sure. Quardo? We call him as one of those ironic nicknames. You know, if you're really interested, I could probably steal one for you. Really? Nah, but I could get you in to meet all of them. We always could use extra hands around the shelter, and if those extra hands also happen to steal a dog, I'm glad you two are able to bond over cute dogs. Really warms my heart. Dad, we're having a moment. Hey, Sailor, your kid's a good egg. Why are you calling me Sailor? Where's your goth prince? Are you two really just usually attached at the hip? I'm sorry, I'm distracted peeling tape right now. He's around. Stellar. Mary turns her attention to Amanda.
Hey.
It's not too hard to sneak a dog into college, trust me. I did it plenty back in the day. At one point, I had 3 cats living in my dorm. I decided to leave them to it. All of a sudden, a huge dog leaps into my arms. Duchess! Hugo and Ernest run up to me. The Duchess gives my face a few broad licks and hops down. We're working on that. Got her in a disciplinary class. She's a wild spirit who runs where she may. I don't mind at all. Ha! Looks like the 3 of you are getting along nicely. She's a valuable addition to the clan. Yeah. If I hold up my homework in front of her, she'll eat it. Cool. We'll deal with that later. Duchess Cordelia spots a squirrel and darts across the yard. Ernest follows her, laughing. He's actually been a lot more manageable lately. I think taking care of the dog is good for him. Thanks for breaking it into my house, I guess. Look, alright? Anytime. Giblix. Brian, you made it. Ha, I don't pass up on good Mac. Okay, yeah, same thing. Okay. Yep, we've already seen all this stuff. Yeah, okay.
Bro.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Yep. Skip.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Dad's had a rough couple of years, and I know that must not have been easy for him. He's kind of a weird guy, but I love him a lot, and it seems like you make him happy. So, you're cool in my book. Thank you, Lucian. That means a lot to me. Sure. And let me know if you want me to give you a stick and poke sometimes. No. Also, I'm sorry about the oregano thing. Thanks for coming by, Lucian. See you around, Giblix. As the party starts to wind down, I take a seat on our back porch and step. The sun is setting, and everything seems to have eaten their fill. Amanda wanders over and sits next to me. Killer party pops. What can I say? I was inspired. So, I also have something for you. For me? Okay. It's the photo. Love your pops. Alright, cool. Now we go to Damien. You know that in the Victorian era, they would call benchies seedy boys. Correct. So, growing up, I always called couches everywhere except my grandparents' house. Couches. But at my grandmother's house, it was a settee. City. Yeah, settee. Seedy. Because that is literally what they fucking called them over in England. They called them cities. And that's all I got. What? Really? I'm kidding, Giblix, but what if? I mean, they did. They call them cities. It's good to see your civvies again. Thank you. I had a revelation the other day, Giblix. I think it was largely due to your continued influence upon me. There's a version of myself that might not have been embarrassed to show you my true form, my information technology form. But what you said about me, about how my passion was what you truly admired, that embodied me to make me feel like myself regardless of how I choose to dress and act. Instead of separate entities, they are simply different facets of my life. I am a three-dimensional human being with his own thoughts, wants, and needs. I love dressing in the way that I do, but feeling constricted by what I thought was my own personal brand made me lose sight of why I did this in the first place, to make myself happy. Place my hand on Damien and feel a light squeeze. Looking up, I'm greeted by Damien's warm smile. Try to be more comfortable with who I am, rather than dwelling on who I could be to other people. I can't stop smiling. I'm so proud of him. Damien, I'm so happy you've realized that you can be a dog-loving goth. Me too, Giblix, me too. Feel myself inching closer and closer to Damien. I go to brush a lock of hair out of his face and arms, and am shocked on how soft it is. How is your hair so soft? Dog shampoo. Checks out. I keep running my hand through his hair, and he leans closer to me, placing a hand on the side of my face. He strokes my cheeks with his thumb. You know, public displays of affection were considered scandalous in the Victorian era. Also true. Damien pulls me up for a kiss, but I think I can make an exception for you. Duh, the big romance. Exercise regularly and you'll stay healthy. Dream Daddy. Dream Daddy. That's cute. This is fucking cute right here. That was cute. Medicine is not always the best medicine. Checks out. Dream Daddy, the Dad Rector's Cut. All right, we have 3. So that is going to end our Dream Daddy for the day. I know we've only been going for about an hour-ish. Just I've had a long day, so we are going to cut it there. YouTube, I will catch you guys next time. Peace.